Politico recently made its first acquisition here, the capital of New York. It's interesting that for years people have wondered if Politico was going to expand. And when you did to New York, it wasn't by out in an office here, it was by buying capital New York. Tell me about the reason why you decided to acquire as opposed to just start something here.
Yeah, I mean, the reason that we waited, and I think people did, they wondered, well, you guys waited 6 years to make any expansion. When you're in business, you're always tempted to try to, wow, we've done something right, we can do anything right, and you're tempted to overreach. And when you overreach, the core of what you built becomes weak. And when it becomes weak, someone else is going to come in and disrupt you. So we wanted to make sure that the foundation of Politico from top to bottom was strong, that we had leaders at almost every single place where it could absorb me spending some time, or Harris spending some time, or other key players at Politico spending time on a different project.
And then you could start thinking about
expanding. We were there last year, and so we started thinking, okay, where do we want to do in terms of expansion? We were ready to expand. And then it's like everything in life, it's all about timing. Like why, people are always, well, why did you guys buy Capital New York instead of just start Politico New York? Which, trust me, we thought about it for years. And it comes down to I don't know if they're in the shop, but it comes down to Tom and Josh and the people in this room. To me, journalism is all about the people. Like, do they have that special something that they're going to work until they need to stop working to get something right to make it better than anything else that's out there. We'd gotten to know Josh and Tom years ago when we were actually thinking about doing Politico New York. And they were at the Observer at the time. And it was clear that we were kindred spirits in terms of the need to change, the need to build, the need to focus. And so we continued to have some conversation after that. We ended up not doing something several years ago. And when it turned out that they wanted to either take on a buyer or take on a cash infusion, they came to us, and it was an easy call, I think, from our end, and I think ultimately an easy call from their end, because they want to do exactly what we want to do. They want to do great journalism. They want to focus the journalism. They want to break some china, make a difference in covering City Hall, Albany, and the media. And so it wasn't a hard stretch at all for us. At the end of the day, if you look around and you said, forget your job at CNN and forget my job at Politico, and you just said, you know what, I'm a person who cares about journalism, and I'm a person who cares about the country. What are you worried most about? I think at the top of our list, there's going to be investigative journalism, and then there's going to be coverage of state capitals, which, let's face it, these places are dying. You walk into a state capitol, there's nobody there.
There's lots of stories, but no people to cover them.
Lots of stories, but nobody covering them. And what happens when politicians don't have people covering them? The answer is not good. And you need that. And if we can be one of the forces figuring out how you can actually make a business model that can lead to a resurgence of coverage of state and local politics, like, that would be a pretty cool thing.